So apparently, while everyone was anticipating Crown Jewel, there were some releases. Baron Corbin, Indy Hartwell, who we just watched on SmackDown, which lets you know. I mean, I already knew that it was recorded because someone had put it up on YouTube. Desperate asshole. Um, and one of my favorites, Tegan Nox. I guess we can expect a few more. I guess, usually when they have people in the upper tier, there's usually people also on NXT that are probably going to get cut too. And I also had mentioned before that I believe the draft, I guess, is around the corner. I thought I heard someone mention that. I think that Tegan being released is the bummer, but this actually, before I expound on that, this actually the timing of this actually goes with an episode I wanted to drop that was in the back of my mind. I had a recent revelation, but let me finish with Tegan. Um, I was a big supporter of Tegan. The article also said that she had not been on anything for 6 months. As you can see from her social media posts, the one thing that stands out to me, um, so it says some things are out of your control and you can only do as much as you can, which basically means creative has nothing for you. But this is what I like. Let's clear one thing up though. I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been ready. Just have to show people what they've missed. Now, there was another post, another episode that I did not put up. Um, that I might actually redo because it's a little dated. But I did mention Tegan Nox. Actually, no, I'll just speak on it here. Since we're on it, it was basically speaking on, it was supposed to go up early this week. Basically, it's I do not like, one of my pet peeves that I don't like is when the day before the PLEs, they have the dumb tag team matches, like it was Cody and Randy versus um, Gunther and Ludwig. Then they have with the three-way or four, whatever it was, Bianca, EO, yada yada yada. It's just, you know what, you guys just need to learn how to do better marketing. And it's not like you guys are horrible at it, because, and I'm talking about WWE, they put together really great video packages. My whole concept is this is sometimes how people get injured. They just have not yet really, they have yet to experience that. And they should cut that out. This is when once again, I talk about brainwashing. What's worked is worked. You don't have to do that. Make me miss you. Make me anticipatory for the PLE. I know they're going to be there on Saturday. Run some hot trailers. Show some flashbacks. This is what led up to this. This, that. And then, they cut promos. And tomorrow or on Saturday, I'm going to smash your face and this, and we're going to retain and da da da. And that's it. Doing the whole, and they've been doing this shit for years, from attitude onward. It's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Fix this. We're in a new era. Fix this. This is, the point that I made on the post was, this is, where the misstep is. There's talent that can be pushed, and we wouldn't have this fucking situation right here. Because while you're doing dumb tag team matches, basically, put it like this, I'll give you. Actually, it's a good thing. And now I'm really gonna go in because my brain is fired up. It's actually a great thing. That match that they had, right? And what I'm saying, great thing. What I'm saying is, as far as I'm concerned, the match that they had on Friday Night SmackDown, right? Regardless if it was taped or not, that singles match with the women with Bianca Io, that was a good fucking match. Sometimes it just makes me go, well, damn. Even if I missed it, I just saw something good on Friday. Let's just say, the stream dies, something happens, and you can't watch the Crown Jewel, and it won't be, or my cable goes down, my internet service cable, my internet goes down, and I can't stream the event. right? She just goes awry. We have a storm, something happens, and it happens. We have blackouts all the time, or not blackouts, but like power outages. Blackouts, that's extreme. Power outages, a lot, right? But I just saw, their match on SmackDown. It was really good. So now I'm watching them basically do it again, but just tag people. Like, no, make me miss that. Make me anticipatory for it. It is. I don't. It's just whatever. This is a space where you could have had a Tegan. I know Kiana James is injured, but you could have put her there. You could have put Indy Hartwell in a match and built the storyline, especially now with them going fucking 2 hours. Where's fucking Pure Fried Chicken? PFC. Where they at? Haven't seen them in fucking 3 weeks, bro. So it's making me wonder after watching this happen, are three of those women, or two of those women, or one of those women gonna get fired? And is that due because there's not enough television time now? And you're rolling over to Netflix. This is the thing that baffles me too. If you're rolling over to Netflix, you can do an 80-hour show. It doesn't make a difference. They're gonna find a way when they start really running ads in their lower tiers and all that, they're going to find a way to get their money. Netflix is, and I'm sure WWE is. So if you're going to, and I could take it either way, it feels a little like your shoulders, the burdens lifted off when it's 2 hours. It just flies by. You have more free time, But to me, it says, hey, well, you know what? With this third hour, you can move that third hour to somewhere else, and let's get a female show for the ladies or something. But that's neither here or there. I'm transitioning and I'm gonna reel it back in. So you're doing these dumb pre-matches for like to keep it top of mind when all you have to do is just create hot trailers, and that's always going to stay top of mind. You have the two announcers announce, hey, tomorrow the PLE, this and this, let's take a look at it. Bam. you know and that's it. Tegan could have wrestled, this one could have wrestled. I came up with that idea, not pressing anything. I just come up with ideas where I don't like the way how what's face is getting pushed. Nikki, even when she's with the Y6, you don't even see her. When's the last time I said it before earlier? Where the hell's Y6? It's fucking 4 weeks. Just to do a quick, you know, video of 30 seconds or whatever, that doesn't do anything for me. Um, you could have Tegan could have feuded with Nikki. If you're telling me that your WWE universe is the equivalent of a Marvel universe and this talent loves Captain Marvel, you didn't have to make her Captain Marvel or do any superhero shit, but you could have had her step up, have a backstage thing where she runs to Nikki, Nikki just ignores her, or Nikki just pushes her, has a fucking fit, and it's on. It's not that fucking hard, at least as far as I'm concerned, because you're not really doing anything. It's not like I'm the president and I come in and go, I'm going to lower taxes. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do this. And then when you get in and you hear these stories about, well, you can't do this because if you do that, then that affects this, and this. They weren't doing anything with Tegan. They're not really doing anything with Nikki. Nikki's not even fucking feuding with anyone. She's not, you don't see her, she's not feuding with Little Beth. Even though they had a run in with their team against the other team, you don't see that. You haven't seen them for fucking 4 weeks, bro. Tegan could have been that, could have taken that spot. Even it could have even led to them doing a triple threat match. So it's just like the shit that they do. I don't understand sometimes when this like the wrong people sometimes get let go. It makes me question now. You just showed Indy with Candace, so now you got to tweak Candace now because now she has no one to help her with her matches. So now who are we gonna fill in that slot if we're still gonna go that way? Or now do you feel that Candace can stand on her own? I'm kind of on the fence with that. Nothing against Candace, is just how she has been marketed. They didn't really do anything with her when they moved her up, and it's partly because I don't think that the audience really took to her when she came up with the pixie stuff, and then when she kind of went heel and started cheating, they could have rolled that. They could have did a little something a little bit more dastardly with her, and then they cooled her off. Then they brought her out again with Naya, and then you had Indy with her, and Indy helped her, and then you rolling something with Bailey and Indy, and you trying to help them, and then you just snip that so that Cody could have a fucking tag match with fucking Gunther, a versus Gunther, in a waste. And when you did the match, there was no running from my recollection. There was no running from Kevin Owens. So it's just a waste sometimes. But as I transition, these people are going to be fine. And the reason is, which goes into my epiphany, my tiff epiph that I had. It dawned on me last week, they had a storyline in TNA with um, Ash, formerly known as Dana Brooke. Ash by Elegance still has heat with Brinley Reese from NXT. They brought her in, and then at their PLE, their pay per view event, she was on the pre show. They had a match, tag match with Brinley Reese. So they're still doing the crossover as we know. So, but I'm sitting watching the Impact show and TNA, and it dawned on me. I'm like, just when I saw her, I'm like, damn, Brinley Reese again. I'm like, oh, she's part of the story. Then it just hit. I said, oh shit. I never put the pieces together that this crossover, this business transaction that they're doing with Impact could very well be beneficial so that when they start letting go talent, the talent can migrate over to TNA. My biggest problem with TNA is that they don't have enough talent. And this works perfectly. Both of those women can go over there. Tegan could I personally, I really wish that she could keep the name Tegan Nox. It's better than the name that she had, which is like, I think it's Newell something, which is, I haven't looked up. I take it that's her real name, but I like just something that just has a ring to it. I loved her interest when she would come out and she would grab like her collar, the size of her leather jacket. She always gave me the vibe of a rock star. The way the color of her hair matches um, her outfits, and I know it represents her LGBT movement, but I just always liked her. And it's just like, yo, this chick hasn't really been given that, despite the injuries. The injuries really messed her up a little bit, set her back. But I think that TNA could really use her right now, especially with everything that I said before with Jordan. Jordan dropped that title. Masha has it, right? And the funny thing is that I never finished the rest of the Impact, the TNA PLE. I just saw Jordan on TNA. As soon as I heard on NXT, soon as I heard the sirens when she made her surprise, I said she's not gonna have that belt. And sure enough, she didn't have the belt. And when I watched TNA, Masha had the strap. And I'm like, okay, so now who are they gonna get? That was my question with Jordan, and now that was answered. I watched Masha. She did a good promo. I wasn't sure whether or not she'd be a good face for the company, only because her rollout, her introduction, until most recently, all her promos were in Russian. Now she's speaking English language. Very clearly, no accents. It's a gimmick. So, and her promo was very cool. It was very cute. So we shall see. But they need people. They brought back Savannah Evans, which was a surprise. They're going to need people for Lee. I don't want to mess her name up, but she used to be Zia Lee. And good thing they changed it because they have Zia Brookside over there, so you can't have two Zias. I mean, unless you're going to team them up. But I'm sure for trademark purposes, it's not like they would do anything with that name. But if they would let Tegan keep that name, that would be awesome. Probably not, but a place like TNA, they need her. They also need Indy. They need as many women as possible. Um, Baron Corbin, I believe, will be a great fit in TNA because they need people for Nick Nemeth, bro. It's like it's like their time. It's something with TNA the past. It's before Scott Demore left. I was feeling this way, but it just feels like a couple of missed judgments were just there. And I know he had been struggling or fighting with certain things monetarily wise to get bigger budgets for them to sign new talent. But with this crossover, it seems like the door is open now for them to get people that they are letting go. So I wish them all the best. I believe they're all going to be fine. Indy is very goddamn funny. I feel like she wasn't really utilized. Somewhere here, like TNA, she can definitely be utilized because they let you kind of improv a little bit more on your promos so she can bring in her real humor, without being too, held back. So, I'm hoping that they do all pop up. And, of course, we'll all be watching to see what other names pop off of this. But, you know, is it BS? Is it politics? Yes, it is what it is. But life goes on. They'll be fine. And we also have to keep in mind, I'll cap this off with this, that people have the talent, they have to change their outlook. I cannot remember what talent it was. I can't remember if it was Matt Cardona that said this, but it was the truth. How I started to see things, and someone said it, and I was like, wow, I just had that thought. The talent at WWE, they have to start looking at WWE as the actual development center. And when they get released, being on the indies and all these other, smaller shows and like a MLW, a TNA, yeah, those are the real shows. Those are the real shows because you're playing to a smaller crowd. If you can play to a smaller crowd, help the ticket sales go up and increase your own merch sales, because keep in mind WWE is controlling all that. They're controlling what you say, they're controlling your merch. On an indie level, even through TNA, you're still allowed a lot of indie benefits, like having more control of your merch, having more control of your character, having more control of your inner marketing. That's what people get spoiled with at WWE. Even at AEW, they loosen the reins because they let those talents go and do indie shows, travel the world, build the brand to date. I just say to date because he hasn't put the stamp on it. But I'm talking about Khan hasn't put that stamp to stop them. But this is the time when you go out and you really find out what you're worth, how you can market yourself to these people. So with that said, I'm sure I have much more in my brain, but I'm going to leave it at this. I'm going to cap that on that. They're going to do fine. She wasn't accurately pushed. Baron Corbin got pushed more. Indy Hartwell got pushed more. She got buried. I'll leave it at that, and I'm out.